Welcome back to the Parenting Pod. Joining us today are Michelle and Serene, who are from Love Bonds.
Hi!
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Serene.
I'm Michelle.
Okay, we are from Love Bonds, and actually Love Bonds was birthed from an idea to introduce or encourage meaningful intentional conversations between parent and child.
So we really want to also empower parents to nurture change makers, like one conversation at a time.
Maybe you could share with us how Love Bonds was conceptualized.
A lot of times we really want to encourage parents to have conversations with their children in a meaningful way and to value add to the quality time that parents have with their children. You know, walking the child back from school, having meals with the children, waiting for the bus to come. There are so many pockets of time that they can use to speak with their children meaningfully about things that matter, about values, about decision-making, thoughts, feelings and emotions. So that's how we had Love Bonds.
Yeah, and we also want to focus on soft skills. Yeah, so we find that it's really very important for the character development, and it's not just focused on the academic stuff. Yeah, we recognize that parents actually value quality bonding time with their children. So especially during their formative years. So other than the bustle and hustle of the children activities, so we also know that parents desire meaningful conversations with their children, and also to strengthen the bonds between them and their children. So hence we actually curate quality children storybooks and magazines that teach about values and produce conversation guides. So to encourage parents to have meaningful conversation with their children. Yeah.
I understand that the both of you actually come up with the conversations, the questions yourselves, right? How do you all come up with or think of such interesting questions to ask your children or the family?
I think it really stems from, number one, experience. I mean, both of us are parents, so we also tried, the how's your day with my kids, and then when my kids were young, we realized that they can't process. Like, how's your day is actually a very, very difficult question to ask a child because the question is so big. The child has to synthesize the whole information of the day that happened to him and bring out important things to share with you. And that's not easy, even for an adult. Yeah. So for a child, that will be challenging. So we realized that what worked for children is really to ask specific questions and that target specific times of the day with the child. So for example, a simple question like, who did you sit beside during lunch today? Could be a great conversation starter. But of course, to engage the child more and deepen conversations is really to ask, how was the conversation? What do you talk about? Is there something that you noticed about him or her that was different? What is something that he ate today that was different from what he ate yesterday? Things like that. Or even questions like, what is something that you can ask or say to him or her today that will make him smile? Yeah, so I think these questions are specific, yet it probes the child to think, allows the child to articulate emotions, and also share about kind things that a child can do with the friend. And it's simple questions like that are specific and are relevant that introduces or allows the child to also meaningfully think about the day and the interactions that he or she has with the friend or people around in his or her life.
So every day I'll ask my girl Isabel, what's one kind thing that you did today? Yeah, and then she will share with me. So one funny thing that she replied, I helped my classmate to flush the toilet. I said, huh? Then she said, well, she's strong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you make use of your strength to help your classmate to flush. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
It's very interesting that responses from the children are sometimes extremely unexpected. Yeah. But that's what makes it fun. So the conversation starters that we actually created are really questions that allows the child to speak freely without any model answers. Like, they're conversation starters because they are meant to start conversations and they are meant to initiate or topics that you can talk about. But the follow-up questions are always questions that are simple, like, the who, what, why, when, how, that deepens conversations, and they are easy handles that you can use to deepen any conversation that you want to have with a child.
For couples or for parents who are maybe not as open, they might feel a bit awkward to kickstart this kind of conversation. What kind of advice would you like to give to them to start?
Okay. I read about this once in a book, and I thought it was a very, very good advice. So one of the tips, that this book mentioned is to write out the question on a board or a piece of paper and put it on the fridge. So it can be a question that can be there for some time. and the question could really be any question that is here. So for example, what is one thing that you did today which you are proud of? Yeah, and I thought that was nice because it is like you said, some families are not let's sit down and talk together. It is challenging, and if it is not something that they have been doing all the time, it may be difficult to kickstart something so drastic. Yeah, but some writing on the wall in your own time, in your own reflection, and in a common space where everyone can see may be a good start. Because it allows the person to walk away with that question in mind and to come back to it and write it. And if there is an opportunity for the child to notice that the dad wrote this, the child can ask, hey, Daddy, you did this, that it was something that you were proud of. Could you tell me more? It would be less awkward, and it would already be something that the father has thought of because the father wrote it on the wall. Yeah.
Hey parents, thank you for tuning in to our podcast. This was the Parenting Pod brought to you by For Love's Sake. For more content on parenthood, you can check out our Facebook and Instagram at forlovesake.sg. Thank you and see you next time.